And joining us now, Democratic Congresswoman April McClain-Delaney of Maryland. She's the chair of the New Democrat Coalition Rural Broadband Task Force. And this is actually taking a central role here, right? Because as we talk about the ways that the Senate could change this reconciliation package, there has become a new focus on this AI moratorium piece. And that's exactly what you're zeroing in on here. So for viewers who may not have read the 1,100-page bill, including some Republicans apparently, talk to us about what this is and why you're concerned about it.
Well, I'm concerned about this bill for a multitude of reasons, and the way in which, how you spend money is really how you prioritize your American values, right? But most importantly, in addition to all the senseless cuts across the board, which impact the 6th District of Maryland, where I am, I've spent a lifetime as a child online advocate and worked in the administration, in the Biden administration at NTIA, rolling out broadband, closing the digital divide. And unfortunately, they have placed kind of snuck into this reconciliation package, a budget package that is putting a moratorium on AI regulation by the states, and if they for 10 years. And if they decide to regulate, they don't get BEAD funding, which is the infrastructure, bipartisan infrastructure broadband funding needed by the states to close the digital divide.
Yeah.
And that broadband funding is like a utility. I mean, like electricity or water, you really can't thrive in our economy, in online learning with our kids, unless you have broadband.
Well, I've even talked to some more rural areas. I was reporting a story about next generation 911 and the ability to text if you need emergency help. And rural broadband is one of the things that's an important and essential layer for areas that are trying to expand just their basic emergency services. So just to hammer this home for folks.
And that is really important. I worked at NG 911.
Yes.
Well, at NTIA and Public Emergency Services, geolocation services and broadband, and really universal broadband, high speed, affordable, accessible broadband is key for everything we do. And if we don't have it, and if we actually weaponize, infrastructure funding, which has been pre-approved, passed by Congress, this is pre-appropriated funding, and clawing that back and really kind of in a coercive policy, trying to get a force and ram through AI legislation. And listen, artificial intelligence is here. It is a global race to get ahead. But it's really important we have bumpers and safeguards with respect to ethical and safe use and do no harm. And it is really important that we have a standalone, comprehensive bill that looks at all facets of it. And really, just 2 days ago, I was in the Ag Committee and we looked at how do we regulate digital assets, crypto.
Yep.
But really, and there's really great things to do in precision agriculture and different things, but you need broadband to be able to even, help with all of these 21st century innovations.
And so within this package, we are basically saying to states, if it passed right now, that if they take money to expand rural broadband, they will not be able to regulate against AI for a set number of years. We've seen how quickly AI moves. 10 years. We've seen how quickly AI moves, even just in a year or two. What's the impact?
In a month or two.
So what's the impact then of saying you can't touch this stuff for a few years? What's the impact on kids that you've worked with, for example?
Well, I think the problem is I've been trying to get comprehensive privacy for kids for over a decade. I worked at Common Sense Media. And so if, we have not been able to pass a lot of these protections with respect to social media, so much less, think about virtual reality and AI in such a bigger and broader way. And it's not only just online safety, which I've been working on my whole life, but it's also consumer fraud, deep fakes. Thinking about it's an amplification effect in so many different ways. And really, there's also a lot of surveillance issues that I worry about, in addition to the ability to kind of, kind of how the algorithms are used really to guide us.
Yeah, I do think it's really important. Congress had an opportunity here with the rise of AI to get in on the ground floor with regulations, and we're watching them now potentially push that opportunity away. Democratic Congresswoman April McClain-Delaney of Maryland, it's a really important issue. I'd love to have you back to talk more about.